As an ADC, you all know how it feels to play without a team. Your support is sitting behind you, jungler never comes, and enemy mid laner is constantly roaming. Then it's late game and you just die dealing no damage. But what if I told you your team has a lot less impact on what you can do than you think? And I'm not talking about some bullshit you would hear on Skillcapped, showing challenger players saying don't die while playing in gold. And don't worry, apart from telling you guys what you are doing wrong, I will also teach you how to actually learn and improve. So here are 3 skills that all ADCs should have. And let's start off with something simple. Itemization. If you ever played ADC, you know the pain of dealing no damage and dying instantly. Here is the thing. A lot of low ELO players don't know how to actually itemize correctly. This issue usually comes from 3 problems. First one is that some people just don't know what items do, or when to buy them. This is because they are casual players, or don't take the game seriously. And the second problem, it's because they don't consider enemy team in the first place. What I mean by that is they don't think about when stats such as Amor Pen, Magic Resist, and Armor are important. They just buy whatever they want and roll with it, which could be fine, but that's a topic for another video. For the last problem, some players simply panic if they take too much damage and instantly start buying defensive, and other times they go full damage with no survivability just to die in 1 second and lose the game since they were the only damage in team. So now we know good itemization, but how do we fix it? Well, there are a few things you can do. First one is assessing enemy team before the game starts. Do they have a lot of tanks? Think about buying Armor Pen. Do they have any strong champions? Get some magic resist or armor. Do they have funny healing champs? Get the fucking heal reduction. Next thing you can do is about buying full damage versus buying defensive items. This one is simple. You just need to follow a rule of thumb. If you are ahead, get some defensive items. If you are behind, keep on buying damage. And why? Because if you're gonna die anyways, might as well get in some damage. And if you are fed, you better try your best to not get exploded, because enemies will focus you for sure. And now that you know how to actually do the most basic stuff correctly, let's get into the next problem a lot of players face. Resource management. Resources can be mana, HP, gold, or even time. So what do I mean exactly by resource management? In the landing phase, managing your resources could be, for example, using your mana to poke enemies down, trading HP for minions, or even recalling for items. Seems obvious, right? But what if I said, you actually don't know how to do those correctly? So a lot of players actually don't consciously think about any of it, making their plays a lot less effective. One of the biggest example of it would be sitting on tons of gold without recalling. Bitch, you are wasting resources. You better reset for your items before inflation hits Summoner's Rift 2. No, but really, what's the point of sitting on lane farming when you can just reset, get a lot of stats from the items, and just kill enemy because they are also clueless about items? And for the last thing, patience. Yes, literally be more patient. I've seen so many players mindlessly die just because they went into a fight a few seconds too fast. But it's not just that, patience actually helps a lot in many areas of gameplay. First of all, you make less mistakes. You have better control over your own plays and what you are doing. Second thing, enemy gets impatient. They will start forcing plays on you because they feel the need to do something. Guess what? They will make stupid mistakes because of it. And on top of that, it gives you more opportunities you didn't know even existed. If you wait before fully committing to a fight, you might notice better options that might end up winning you a game. And I understand patience is not something ADC players know, since many of them have Gosu complex, but you can actually learn how to be more patient and make better choices. First way to do it is to watch replays. This one is optional for those who really want to improve. Basically look for moments where you overcommit, where waiting just a little bit longer would make the game much easier. This will give you better understanding of the game in the future, and it would help make better decisions in similar situations. And the more you review, the broader your knowledge gets. Second thing you can do is to practice in normal games. Practice by focusing purely on not dying. Just like with replays, it will let you see more opportunities and what's happening with your team. And with that, you will have better understanding of when to go in and when it's a bad idea. And for the last thing, make yourself a mental checklist before going in. For example, it could be, can I see enemy assassin on the map? Does Blitzcrank have Q on cooldown? Is my peel next to me? And if all is checked, then you can safely go in. With time it will become your second nature, and you will not even think about this stuff. It will let you make better decisions, and make them a lot faster too. And instead of pointlessly dying and getting constantly flamed by your team, you will end up space gliding and going 1v9 in a lot more games. As long as you stop crying that ADC is bad and actually start improving that is. That's all. Thanks, bye.